Welcome to Stroke Coverlet. I'm Adrian Ford.
And I'm Dalton Gentry.
And we're here for...
Variety Hour. A little bit of variety.
You sound so peppy.
A little bit sitting around, we're talking about things. Well, we just filmed a video, we just filmed a book review, and for some reason you started out with like a weird beginning, and now I don't know what to say in the beginning of a video. You threw me off.
You were easily throwable.
There's one video, and I remember this specifically, it's like one of the first weeks we were filming. For some reason, just like there's the awkward silence as we're waiting for Adrian to say something, you just go, Willkommen! And like my eyes just popped because like the fear was struck into me. I am not good with surprise openings.
When the hard-working, dark-haired little man starts speaking German...
Get out! It's time to go. What do you got this week? Do you have anything to talk about this week in Variety Hour?
Well, if you have been keeping up with the turns of events in Adrian's life through Variety Hour, it might not surprise you to learn on a bit of a surprise vacation.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A little time off?
Yeah. I've been doing 2-a-days at the gym.
Okay.
I've been going around 10 o'clock at night.
Okay.
Until 11 when they close, and then heading back at 4:30 when they open.
Okay.
Yeah, 4:30 to... I'll be in there 4:30 to 5:36, maybe 6:15. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
When do you sleep?
Well,
You're on overnight schedule now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. That's not terrible, but how's that going for you?
It's going well. Like it's I'm not getting as sore as I normally am when I kick something up to that level. You know what I mean? So I've been back in the gym regularly for 3 months plus now. Normally 3 months is when I'm really starting to show results. I'm not showing results yet. My numbers aren't going up drastically like they normally do 3 months in. I'm not losing weight or getting in better visual shape or any of those sorts of things yet. I've got some diet stuff to work on. But hitting 2-a-days is definitely, it makes me feel better.
Okay.
Like I come home at 11 o'clock at night and just sort of bum around, do my reading and my writing in sweaty behavior until the 4:30 mark where I go back. But
that's part of overnights though, is like if you're not used to overnight, staying up all night sounds just terrible. Like it feels like it lasts forever. But when you're used to it, it just flies by, man.
Yeah.
You just lose track just sitting and doing nothing.
It's weird.
Yeah.
I think part of it is because, I think we said this last week, when you're on overnights, you're never really awake.
Yeah.
But you never actually sleep.
That's a good way to put it. It is. And there's every now and then I have these weird days where I sleep in series of naps. Like I never actually lay down and sleep for a good 7 hours, but I'll sleep for 2 hours here and 2 hours here and 2 hours here. And just like spread it out throughout my day and like, all right, I guess I'm good. I've slept.
I don't have that. I've never had that, but I've had an attack of the you're not getting out of bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, so I try to fall asleep by 8:30, wake up at 3.
Yeah.
But normally it turns into it's 10 o'clock and I'm still awake.
Yep.
Because the way the tree line is or whatever in my apartment, right now, right at 8:15, everything is bright
Why
light.
don't you get some blackout curtains?
It's too much work, man.
I
think I'm going to get one of those sleep masks, you know?
Why don't you just be the crazy guy who like lines the window in either newspaper or tin foil?
Because
it works.
I put that one up last year and it hasn't come down or been washed or anything since.
All right.
And I'm afraid that's going to happen over here. So 10 o'clock I'm still awake. 2 o'clock I'll wake up. And I'm like, man, let me just check my social media.
Yeah.
Let me see if we got any comments on the channel. Let me see if we got any emails, things like that. And the next thing I know, I'm waking up at 3.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm waking up at 3:30. And then holy shit, what happened? I'm waking up at 4.
This random nap day, it always comes when I've got shit I need to be doing.
Oh, of course.
Like, I was working hard the night before, and, like, I go to bed just exhausted. I wake up in 2 hours. I'm like, well, I'm good. I'm wide awake. This is nice. I'm gonna get shit done. And then you do something for maybe an hour, 2 hours, and then you just pass out.
Your muscles start burning.
Yeah,
right?
you
your
just
muscles
die.
Oh man, what are you doing?
Yeah, and then like you wake up and you're like, shit, now I'm behind. I gotta get this going again. So I bumble around the house, do what I need to do, sit down, do my reading, out. I'm like, motherfuck, how am I going to do this? It's awful. It is. But speaking of random vacations, I too am on a bit of a random vacation.
Yeah.
Because I found a new job.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I'm done with law enforcement. I'm done with prison life. I'm over it at this point.
Just not going to go back?
I haven't decided. Because I don't want to die there. They've literally never done me any favors towards anything, so I don't see the point of doing them any.
Are you sure that with the nature of that job, there are not legal consequences or whatnot for just walking out?
Nope.
Really?
None at all.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen people literally leave mid-shift and be like, I'm done. Here's my badge.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm at this point where I'm just not sure if I want to go finish it out or just not. I'm leaning towards not because I don't want to die. And yeah, so at this point, I am a man with 2 jobs, but none. I am both unemployed and overemployed.
A man without a country.
A man without a country. So it's not, whatever, I'm not going to talk about the new job or anything. It's nothing too special. But damn, it just feels good. I've talked about doing this for a very long time, and to actually follow through and do it, holy shit, I needed it.
So you start your next job, I think you said 12 days from now?
Yes.
Which means 11 days from now. So you are 15 days away from complaining about your job.
Probably so. Give it a week. Maybe the first week will go well. But, like, the job is actually in the town I live in. So, like, I'm cutting out a 40-minute drive one way.
Right.
So that's already a perk. I'm going to save money with gas. I can actually, just drive to work and go home. I get a lunch break. I've never had a lunch break.
Okay.
So I'm going to, go do something at lunch. I don't know.
30 minutes or an hour?
What do you mean? I think it's only 30 minutes, but I've never had one.
Yeah.
It's going to be different. It's not what I'm used to, but we'll see. It's good. It works with the school schedule, which is important, and we'll play it by ear from there. See if it sticks or if I need to find something else.
And it works with the strip cover schedule.
It works with the strip cover schedule, and I was so excited. I texted you that. I'm like, hey, guess who got a job that works with our schedule, and I can come down and film, and we don't have any time constraints.
Yeah.
And all is well. All is well. Also got registered for school this week. I've been very productive this week.
How many classes did you say you're taking?
Just one.
Just one.
I was going to take 2. I was going to take 2 this semester, ease myself back into grad school, and then start looking at 3 to 4 a semester. But then one of my classes was dropped completely because I was the only one who signed up. And now I'm just down to 1. So, no big deal. I'm excited about that. Got registered, ready to go.
Are you going to take it more seriously than you did your undergrad degree?
I have to. I wholeheartedly have to. And, like, it sounds weird because undergraduate degree, I genuinely didn't mind. I'm like, I'll take a B. That's fine. I'm just here to get my, diploma and get out. Diploma. I would like to maintain a good grade point average with this. I think it would be really nice to be able to say, in my master's career, I have this as my GPA.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Gonna try, but, not gonna be disappointed if I have to settle for that B.
Do you know... I think the last time we talked, you didn't know exactly what the degree you were going for was.
If I stay at the college, I am taking this class in, because they were great. I talked to them a little bit. I said, hey, I'm not sure what I want to be doing. This is, my alma mater for my undergrad degree, and, you're in town, you're cheap. I'd like to go here, test the waters a little bit, but you don't really have a degree program that I think would fit me. They were great. They're like, what we're going to do is basically put you in as a graduate student, but you are a non-degree seeking graduate student. You can rock this out for up to a year if you want. If you take any classes here and want to stay here, they're part of the major that we're offering, so you can just transition into that. You could take them to another college with you, and they should hopefully be relative to what you're looking for there. But if I do stay, it would be a master's in written communication, which might be all right. Probably get a good technical writing job, something like that.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see how this fits, how this feels after this semester.
Okay.
Maybe after next semester. Give it a year. But I don't know. Learning more, doing more, getting out there. Quit my job and going back to school. I feel good about myself.
Yeah.
It was a long time coming. I've been pissy and stressed out for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah.
See how that goes. Any other questions? Anything else I can lay up for you?
Pissy and stressed out.
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I am looking forward to you having classes and bringing interesting things from that to talk about in Variety Hour.
Hopefully so. This class is History of the English Language, so hopefully that might transition into some reviews as well. I do like etymology. I like that kind of class.
It's interesting stuff.
It is. It is. Significant other who she watches the videos and she's like, "Why do you call me a significant other?" I'm like, "Because people are usually uncomfortable with their name being used." And I just went with it. But anyway, Megan is taking.
Megan, by the way, is not her real name.
It's a phone name.
Don't call me significant other. Call me by this alias.
Megan has decided that she wants to get into veterinary science, things like that, biology, wants to work with animals. So me being a person who really enjoys the written word, etymology, things like that, she wants to work with animals. I'm like, so when can we start, teaching gorillas sign language? Because I'm about this life. We can make it happen.
There's interesting stuff on that in Dragons of Eden by Carl Sagan.
Okay. It's right there.
Where's it?
Behind you. Top. Oh, over there. Right there.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. I actually have a copy of that as well.
You?
So, yeah.
Talk about some stuff. I'll see if I can find it.
Okay. I have no idea what to talk about because I've never read Dragons of Eden. I like Carl Sagan. I love watching Cosmos. And that sparked me when I was working at the bookstore because I got those small paperbacks for free. I picked up Cosmos. I picked up Contact. Is that Carl Sagan? And I picked up Dragons of Eden for sure.
I'm pretty sure.
But no, it's interesting. Coco the gorilla just passed away. That was a big thing for us.
Yeah.
One of our classes, our professor loved that, so we watched a lot of stuff on Coco, and I think that'd be really interesting. I've always really enjoyed the idea of language learning and language acquisition.
We actually had several classes that touched on that in college.
I believe so. History of the English language was one.
Our first class with Donaher.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it was. It was an 8 a.m. class.
Oh, God. That's why I don't remember it.
It was during my first semester. I'm pretty sure you were in it.
It's possible. I know we went into it heavily in History of the English Language. So, we'll see.
We also, it was the one where I think Carl Sagan's one of the people that put together that little emblem that we sent out to space to say, hey, we're on Earth.
Yeah.
The disc, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that was the class. That was the class that we talked about Coco in.
Okay. Would have been History of the English Language.
That was I thought History of the English Language was one that we took with Janae where there was graduates in there.
Nope. History of the English Language was with Donaher. That was class we talked about etymology, Coco the gorilla in. With Janae, we did no, it wasn't advanced comp. It was rhetoric. Things like that.
Okay.
It was painful for me.
Yeah, that class sucked.
It was rough. It was rough.
I am not finding anything on Coco. I don't know where this has gone in this book.
Well, it was on a whim, so it was a good try.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know. I'm going back, getting some things done, and taking it more serious than I did my undergrad career. And I'm excited about it. It feels good to go back. I'm sure you felt this way when you started your graduate program.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm on that high right now, and I'm quite enjoying it.
Good.
Yeah.
So the disc that we sent out there, right? It's got a little man and a woman on it, and it's got the Earth on it, and all sorts of things.
It's also a record. It has different sounds of the Earth on it, different languages being spoken, music being played.
It's right here.
There you go.
Dragons of Eden. I don't think you can see this. I'm going to hold as close to the camera as possible. But that is something that we have sent out into space in case anyone... the plaque aboard the Pioneer 10 and 11 spacecraft. So you could Google that and look at it. But that is supposed to help aliens know what we are if we found it. I was recently watching a channel, I think it's called Ask John, on YouTube. And I can't remember what the episode was called because Fermi's Paradox? No, I don't think it was Fermi's Paradox. But someone was asking, someone had the idea. The universe is so expansive and so big and has been around for so long that not only surely has other life arisen, but surely advanced intelligent life has arisen.
Yeah, it's a probability thing.
Surely advanced intelligent life has arisen at some point. How come we don't hear from any of them? We're sending all of these messages out into space. How come no one's sending anything back? If there's all of that going on, how come we don't have any inclination of anybody else out there? Besides the expansive nature of space, right? Not just that it's so big, But if someone else is as intelligent as we are, which obviously there would be in this great expanse, they would be doing the same thing that we're doing, saying this is the type of channel, the type of planet that could support life.
Yeah.
This is the type of star that could support the type of planet. Why do I keep saying channel? The type of star that could support the type of planet that could support life. Let's look at these ones and go out there. Basically, the same as the universe is forever. The universe, what is it called? Limitless. What's the word for limitless? For without limit?
I'm not sure what you're getting at here.
Infinite.
Infinite, okay.
The universe is infinite. So you've heard the theory that if the universe is infinite, not only is there another Earth somewhere, but there's another Earth with Dalton on it.
Oh, goody.
And if the universe is infinite, not only is there another universe with universe with another Earth with Dalton on it, there's another universe with another Earth with another Dalton on it that has done the exact same life as you up to this point. That's the nature of infinite.
Yes.
So if that type of infinite is real, how come we haven't heard from any other form of life? And a couple of the theories that are really troubling is, so if there's all these forms of life out there, we might not have heard of any because of a predator that goes around sucking life from everyone else, right?
Gobble, gobble.
Yeah. And another one is, we don't hear from anyone else because there is a predator waiting on us to get to a certain level before we have something they need, and then they come and get us.
Okay. Conspiracy theories with Adrian. It's a good week.
And the third one was we're in a zoo.
Fair. I've heard the zoo theory, which
Yeah.
amuses the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I've always just imagined my life as essentially a reality TV show at this point, so...
You're Truman.
The
Truman Show.
I love The Truman Show, and
Yeah.
I think that'd be a blast. Speaking of reality TV, the writers of The Jersey Shore, are you familiar with what that is?
Ish.
It was reality TV filmed on the Jersey Shore about life of people who live there, and it's just a hot mess, hot garbage. The same producers who did that are filming one, and they're filming it in the Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri.
Oh, no.
This party cove atmosphere. So they're going to take, the biggest party rednecks, everything they can find from Missouri,
Yeah.
put them on a television, just let them go to town. Whatever you want to do, whatever mistakes you want to make, as long as it's entertaining.
Yeah.
Wow. That's going to hurt.
If people around the country do not have a bad enough impression of the state of Missouri as is, that will surely get them there.
We're getting there.
That will surely get them there. What if I just take a random quote from Dragons of Eden, something that I highlighted during my reading of it, and we can talk about it.
Yeah, let's do that.
202 to 203. I sometimes wonder whether the appeal of sex and aggression in contemporary American television and film offerings reflects the fact that the R complex is well developed in all of us, while many neurocortical functions are, partly because of the repressive nature of schools and societies, more rarely expressed, less familiar, and insufficiently treasured.
Well, you could have nailed that any better if you tried.
That is the genius of Sagan.
Yeah?
Right? That is the genius of Carl Sagan. I don't even know if there's much to talk about there that he covered it. Here's a one-line highlight that I've got. Anatomy is not destiny, but it is not irrelevant either. That is from the chapter, The Future Evolution of the Brain.
One thing that like I said, I watched through the Cosmos. I watched a little bit of the new version of the Cosmos. Wasn't as crazy about that. But then, you find people talking about Carl Sagan. You find people with knowledge of Carl Sagan talking about Carl Sagan. And apparently, the best thing that worked for him was not only was he very approachable, very friendly, very, willing to share what he knew, he had an amazing ability of taking very complex, difficult things to understand and breaking them down so they were understandable.
Yeah.
The difference between reading Dragons of Eden and Brief History of Time, where Hawking does a good job, but
I think a lot of it is that the ideas that Hawking is dealing with are so much even more complex and bizarre than the ones with which Carl Sagan is dealing.
Okay.
Because I was going to make a comparison between the two.
Yeah?
They're very similar in that respect. But the ideas in A Brief History of Time are so big.
Yeah.
Like I told you the story. I tried to read it like 4 times in high school.
Yeah.
And every time I tried to read it, your just brain would power down
Yep.
and you'd go to sleep.
And that's the thing. It's even when you were just talking about the idea of the universe being infinite. Just that concept alone is very difficult to grasp and imagine. But when you start breaking down more behind that and the math behind it, yeah, it's difficult. It is.
So this little quote here,
Yeah.
anatomy is not destiny, but it is not irrelevant either. When speaking about the complexity of the brain and the future of brain evolution, what it reminds me of is a quote, I think I've talked about it on the channel before, from Neil deGrasse Tyson, who says that there is a 1% difference basically between us and chimpanzees.
You've talked about this.
Yeah. There's a 1% difference between us and chimpanzees, and it's the difference between throwing poop at people and getting to the moon.
Yeah.
That's represented in 1% of DNA. What if the difference in our intelligence, our brains, this difference, is that one difference, that 1% of intelligence, that is the difference between throwing poop and going to the moon? Isn't that terrifying to think about?
It is.
Because what if we found something out there when we send this little disc into space?
We're the ones throwing poop.
We're the ones throwing poop, and they're 50% more intelligent than us.
Yes. I don't know. It is a thing, and there was.
What would 3% intelligence look like? 3% difference intelligence. What would that look like?
Yeah.
What would that look like? 3%.
And maybe it was Carl Sagan, but it was some astrophysicist who was talking about life outside of Earth, and they said if you look numerically, statistically, probability-wise, it does exist in some form. It has to, because it's improbable that it wouldn't otherwise. Simple math and science will tell you that. And I think that's what you were touching on earlier. But that is the haunting idea of it. Is what is that? And maybe it is just only a very simple life form that, is just amoeba-like creatures. I'm terrible in science. But what if it's not? What if there is more out there?
Yeah.
So
and to think so a lot of horror comes from like the zombie craze.
Yeah.
The zombies were not the scary part. The scary part was what the people did to each other.
Okay.
The people are the real monsters in those situations. So a lot of sci-fi horror, alien invasion stuff, the real horror is you have to realize we think we're morally righteous. We think we are courageous. But if we found this other planet that had a shitload of oil on it, I'm sorry, amoebas, you gotta go.
Yeah. That's our oil now.
And if somebody out there prizes nitrogen, they're going to come to this planet and say, whew.
We're sorry, amoebas, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's a lot of it is projection. A lot of horror comes from projection.
It's that fear of the unknown. What you can't know, you can't grasp.
It's not the fear of the unknown.
No?
It's the fear of the very known, isn't
Okay.
it?
All right.
It's the fear of the I know me so well, this is exactly what I would do. I hope me isn't out there.
Okay. Good way of putting it.
Am I wrong about that?
Not necessarily. Kind of went on a bit of a rabbit hole here, but I'm about this life. I feel like I should read some more Sagan. I really do. I do have a lot of books. Like I said, I used to get these for free at the bookstore.
Yeah.
So anytime we had duplicates and I could take a Sagan, I would. We'll see on that, though. I'm not sure that's going to be just, back pocket quick reading alongside what we also read with the channel. Which is a pain in the ass, is trying to find time to read things that you just want to read for pleasure. I've always had this problem.
Yeah.
So I keep buying the books and putting them on the shelves, just like one day books, I'm going to get to you.
This from page 98 and 99. I think this goes along. Civilization develops not from Abel, but from Cain, the murderer. The very word civilization derives from the Latin word for city. It is the leisure time, community organization, and specialization of labor in the first cities that permitted the emergence of the arts and technologies we think of as the hallmarks of civilization. The first city, according to Genesis, was constructed by Cain, the inventor of agriculture, a technology that requires a fixed abode. And it is his descendants, the sons of Lamech, who invented both artifices in brass and iron, and musical instruments. Metallurgy and music, technology and art are in the line from Cain, the murderer. and the passions that lead to murder do not abate. Lamech says, "For I have slain a man for wounding me, a young man for bruising me. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. The connection between murder and invention has been with us ever since, both derived from agriculture and civilization." And this book is just full of that.
Yeah.
Dragons of Eden. Basically, what are the haunting things that we take with us?
You listen to Jordan Peterson, and he's constantly talking about the dragons. The dragons. That's real.
Why are we doing Irish Dalton right now? This is very uncomfortable for me.
It's supposed to be Canadian.
Okay.
But that's what Jordan Peterson sounds like. And he's constantly talking about dragons.
Okay.
And what does the dragon guard? The dragon guards gold, always and forever. So you have to strike down the dragon, strike down the dark thing, strike down your fears in order to profit and move forward.
All right.
And that's sort of what this book is all about.
Okay. I don't know. Carl Sagan's always been very popular, always held a special place in my heart. So I don't know. Maybe I should look into it a little more. We're going to have to take a reading vacation. We talked about that with Bill Gates. Just take some books, hide out, and read them.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't claim to be an expert in the field of science by any means, but every now and then a good science book really it works for me. I've always wanted to read The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. Are you familiar with that one? And if someone's more versed in this, please tell me I'm an idiot. Do you know what helo is in the scientific community? It's the
sun.
No, it's like a genetic DNA strain they use as like the base for everything. Basically, that comes from a woman named Henrietta Lacks, helo, and they basically stole her genetic DNA. She was, I believe, a black woman, 1930s-ish era, and they now use her DNA in everything. If it wasn't for Henrietta Lacks, you wouldn't have a modern medicine. But it was stolen from her without her permission, so it's an interesting thing. There's another one called, Guns, Germs, and Steel.
I've heard of that.
And those are two that I've always just wanted to get on to the reading with, alongside, Carl Sagan. I don't think I'm going to attempt Brief History of Time anytime soon, so...
It's definitely worth a read. It is definitely worth an attempt.
Think so?
Yeah.
I've got a handful of others that are always just, on that list of, if there's time, this would be fun.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Malcolm Gladwell?
Yeah.
I've got a couple of his
Tipping
books as well.
Point.
Tipping Point. I've got Blink. That was an interesting one. So, yeah, I don't know. It's one of those...
I think we talked about this recently, too.
Maybe we did.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Malcolm Gladwell?
No.
YouTube him.
Okay.
He's a weird guy.
I like weird
you can obviously, just by watching him speak, you can tell that guy's intelligent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So weird that there's no way he got this far without being intelligent.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about here at Variety Hour?
This week has been bad for me just for working out, trying to get the stuff ready for the channel. We're trying to get a little bit ahead. We're trying to do a lot of work.
We are trying to get ahead. I do appreciate that, Adrian has vacation, therefore he has nothing to talk about this week.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing to me.
It's disappointing. Everything that I've done this week will lead to something on the channel.
Okay.
Or is leading to me getting in better shape. Okay. Just productivity.
I still am 100% about this. We need to get you out of the house. You need to go do something that most people would just consider fun. Just go and relax a little bit.
This is fun for me. I like reading. I like looking at the ideas and things.
I mean, I go and do something every single week. We have to do something. I think we're going to an amusement park this week. You want to go? Want to ride the roller coasters?
No, I don't want to. What, Worlds of Fun? Is that where we're going? No.
Why not?
No, why would I want to do that?
Why not?
We've talked about this on Variety Hour as well. What's the best case scenario when you get on a roller coaster?
You live.
What's the worst?
You don't.
Well, I'll be damned.
Give it a shot.
I don't want to be the asshole that dies on a roller coaster.
All right,
I've worked too hard.
I tried.
I have tried too hard to establish something, to be the guy that rode the Timberwolf and didn't get off.
I'm going to find something once, and I'm going to force you into a social setting. I'm just going to show up one day and be like, I got it this week. And you'll be like, shut the hell up, Dalton. I'm like, T.C. Boyle's giving a speech down the street. We're going.
I don't know if I'd want to see T.C. Boyle.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd want to see him
in
person. No, I've seen authors in person. It's always disappointing.
Yeah, but you want to support them, because I always imagine, like, in the event that I ever publish a book, I'm going to be the guy who, like, goes to my first book, you know, where you talk about it, book speech, and no one's in the audience.
Go on tour and no one's there?
Yeah, no one's there, which is fine by me. I mean, at least humor me a little bit.
If no one is there, it gives you the opportunity to smoke a cigar in a school setting, right?
Exactly. We've always talked about we need to go to a booktube convention and just, like, sit down and, like, out on the panel.
What smells like tobacco?
And, like, just start chain smoking and drinking. I'd love it. I'd be about that life. Anyway, that's all I got. Wrap us up. I think I'm good here.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Wrap us up.
Variety. Hour. Anyway, if you like this kind of thing, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. We do Variety Hour every week because for some reason people like to sit around and listen to us bitch about our lives and how terrible, depressing they are.
And I promise one of these weeks I'm going to hit Dalton in the face.
What's wrong with hitting me in the face this week? See? Got your attention at least.
Perked up a bit.
Please give this video a like to make sure that I don't get hit in the face. That's my incentive for the week, and I will take it.
I switched the battery just because we don't know how.
Well, never done that before.
Yeah, what the hell? You want to check if that's...
Shit. Don't forget to cut that.
Yeah,